Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome to another Brownish Live. Today we got a special guest in the house. But before that, let's bring in my co-host. You know her,
Hey, what's up, everyone?
host of Like, Share, Demolo on Fuse every Friday, Sasha Mercy.
Oh, I like that mug.
How you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. How are you?
What is this inspector jacket you got on? Like you solving crimes from your
I'm
house?
solving a whole bunch of crimes, and it's also really chilly in my house, and I haven't washed clothes, so I would just put this on.
You down to the jacket and like a graduation robe?
Yeah, I feel like Mr. Boxing Man. Yeah.
All right. Today we got a special episode because we've got your other host from Like, Share, Demolo. Let's bring her in.
My soul sister. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? You're so beautiful. Look at you looking like a sexy Carmen Sandiego. I love it. All right, I'm trying to. What in the world?
I'm mad at both of you because I told Sasha to send me over. I told her to send me over pictures for the flyer, and of course, y'all had to out beauty me. You guys, I was like, all right, I can't.
We're in the pink room, so he's like, please, can y'all send me an ugly picture? Like, yeah. Come on.
You could have sent me one where you like half blink and just nothing.
Nothing. Sorry, they don't exist.
Oh, somebody's okay.
So what's going on? How y'all feeling in your little LA, beautiful LA? It feels good.
I think the LA weather makes quarantining a lot harder.
Harder?
Yeah, because you're supposed to be locked down, and then you look outside and the birds are chirping. It's almost like a scene out of Disney. It's like birds are deer all happy and skipping. You're like, y'all gotta get outside.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we actually got snow in New York 2 days ago, so we were like, all right, I'll stay inside. It's cool.
See, yeah. New York is trying to keep y'all inside. LA is like, come on
out, walk into the
Like they do. Like I don't know if you saw this. The beaches right now, they're doing they have illuminescent waves because
yeah, of course.
Like, LA's like, come on out. Look, always glow in the dark. Come on outside.
Yeah, I mean, has that ever happened before?
I don't think so. No, I've lived here. I've been here 10 years. I've never heard of this till recently.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
It was so beautiful when I saw it. It was surreal.
New York's like, snow, keep your ass inside.
Yeah. So what's new, D? How you been doing? Like, how you dealing with this quarantine, baby girl?
Actually, listen, this is gonna sound real messed up, but I've been flourishing in the quarantine. No, you know what it is? I'm a very active person. When I'm out. I want to go out. I want to have a good time. I want to be around people. But when I'm home, I want to be home. Like I'm two people in that sense. I love to just be like home and chill. And I've been relaxing so much throughout this time that I feel like a different person. I know it sounds corny, but I'm like picking up French with Duolingo. I don't know how good it is. I'm like reading, I'm doing this, I'm chilling. I've also been eating a lot of edibles, which is probably why I'm so chill. I'm never
Don't you feel bad saying that you're doing well in the quarantine? Like you hear people like losing their minds, and you're like, "I'm getting so much done. I'm being productive."
Well, yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting shit done, but like I'm getting everything I always wanted to do done, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm not standing for it. Like I would love this to be over because I know so many people have lost their businesses and like their livelihood. So this shit is whack. We can curse something?
Yeah. You could curse.
Okay, nothing crazy, but like shit, you know.
Yeah.
But like I feel bad. Like even here in New York City, there's this place called Gem Spa that's been in St. Mark's for close to 100 years, I think. And that shit it was family owned. It was given from like father to daughter, whatever. And maybe I'm lying, maybe not 100, but at least 50 years. And they closed down over the week.
I like how you tried to you fact check yourself. Like we're doing fact checking here. Like she's lying.
Factual. I was thinking about it, and I was like, 100 years. The people were Indian. They probably have many 100 years. So that's probably 50 years.
Yeah. But you know what's interesting is like you see all these bigger businesses getting bailouts, but what's going on with the mom and pop stores? So that is really sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like part of me is like, I gotta go outside. The 14 days is over, you know. But you know, it's difficult. Yeah, you don't know what way to go. You don't know what way to go. But I did see Plandemic. Did you see Plandemic, Eric?
I did see Pandemic.
What's Plandemic?
It's just All right. So it's this documentary with this woman. Her name is Judy. I'm gonna butcher her name. Judy Mekovitz or whatever, or whatever. But she's. It's just, I don't want to like spoil it. I want you to watch it, but it's basically about like, okay, could this be planned? Could this pandemic be planned?
Ooh. Yeah, it's like a conspiracy theory.
It's a conspiracy theory. Yeah. Huh?
Sasha and her conspiracies. I don't know.
I know. I come through with this, but no. But yeah.
Have you guys ever seen Zeitgeist?
No.
Zeitgeist. Oh, so after 9/11, they had like a response to it. So the Zeitgeist was like crazy. Like it touched. So it was like a big conspiracy movie. And it also kept getting taken down from YouTube. Like it's still, you can't get it. I didn't
see that, but I did go on a bunch of those like wormholes of like, and 9/11 was an inside job. I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
Does not melt at that temperature in open air.
Yeah.
Steel beams. What is it? Steel beams. Yeah.
They got hit a beam, but it came down from down here.
Yeah.
Word.
It's like mad crazy, but at the same time, I'm just like, man, I can't deal with this much information. I'm just gonna buy me some ice cream, and that's how I end my days. I mean, like, you know what? How about?
I couldn't take it serious, the Plandemic movie, in the first minute, and I thought I was gonna take it seriously because I'm also a conspiracy theorist as well. I always believe that there's something underlying or a secret agenda or some bullshit. But the first minute when the creator of the movie, they have their lower thirds where like your name pops up and it's your name and your title. So whatever his name was, and it was father/filmmaker. So filmmaker number one was spelled wrong.
I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice it either. My followers were the one who, because I talked about it on my story, and then father. So I was like, oh shit, probably his son died or got affected by the coronavirus. I'm thinking like, why he put his, like, I'm a daughter, and anything I've ever done, I don't be like daughter/host. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not in my bio.
I was like, is this relevant? I was trying to be open-minded, but I was like, is this relevant information that he's a father? But I was like, maybe it's because something affected him, and I saw the whole thing, and not once did the fact that his son was around come up. So I was like, we don't care if you're a father.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited I got you both on because I want to talk. First of all, I want to know the history of you two. By the way, Sasha has no idea what I'm asking today. I know. We go through this homework, we do the topics, and like as I was going through it, and like I've been watching like Shit Demon, I was like, hold up, I got questions for both of them. So I'm gonna. She's flying blind right now.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, what are we talking about? She's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I
don't know. Doesn't know. I texted her yesterday. I was like, hey, we're not having our meeting today. I'm just gonna ask y'all questions, and she said, all right.
Okay. Well,
so I want to know the history of you two. Like, how did you two meet? And how long ago was this? And how did this team come about?
Yo, we've been a team before we was even born. So my mother was her grandmother's best friend. So our families just became super close, and we just grew up together. And for a while when we were younger, I guess my aunt wanted to motivate me to be better in school and get great grades. And then she'd be like, oh, Darlene, she has straight A's and all this stuff. And then they'll tell Darlene that I'm I'm a theater baby and I'm always performing and stuff like that. So it kind of made like a little light rivalry against us because we're like, fuck this bitch, she's a goody two shoes. And then when we ended up like, what was it, on our teenage years when we met, like, we always knew each other, but when we really like got to hang out together, we were like, oh my god, we're the same. Like, and then from there on. But when we were younger, I would say like what I was like 10 and you were like 9 or
yeah. I think the first time I had always heard about Sasha. So basically, like you said, our families are friends. And I had always heard about Sasha, but I never met her because at this time you were living, I think, in
the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. And whoa, big ass flies flew into my I had always heard about her, but I never saw her. And then when we finally did get to meet, I was like, oh, you're not as bad as I thought you were, because she was always used as an example of what I should be. And I was like, I want to hear that shit right now.
Right.
But we were both like 14, 15 when the first time that we really hung out. And I was like, you smoke weed? She was like, yeah, smoke weed.
And then from there on, it was just been like,
yeah.
So now, at what point you guys are friends? 9, 10. Like, at what point do you guys go? We should try to get on stage together.
Oh, that was organic, right?
That just kind of happened because. So what happened was like we were always cool and we always kept in contact with one another. But when I was 19, I don't know what year was that. Like 2000. What year did you start working at the hotel?
So it was 2000. No, 2011. 2011. 2011.
2000. It was in the middle.
It went to 2010, I think.
Yeah, so 2010 or something like that. I think, and then I started. Yeah, that makes sense because I graduated in May. So in 2011, I started working in the hotel. So we started working together in a hotel in Times Square, and for the first couple months, we were both working in the same department, and it was just jokes after jokes after jokes, and we was always having people cracking up in the office. Yeah. And, you know, at that time, Sasha was interested in pursuing a singing career because Sasha could sing. And she would go to the studio, she would write songs, she would, you know, do that. And that was what was on her thing. And I would go to like little acting classes and stuff. So we always were kind of interested in doing things like that. But it wasn't until Instagram came out with this video feature. And Sasha took that like as an opportunity, like, I'm gonna show my music, I'm gonna show my personality. And she started doing her videos. And I think I did like 1 or 2 videos. And when I did them, people were like, oh, Sasha Merci. And I was like, no, it's Darlene. Because I was like using like I had like a Darlene D or like some regular like screening. But yeah, Sasha could take it from there. Like she did videos and.
Yeah, so I started doing videos and stuff like that. But going back to like us making jokes at work, she ended up going to the front desk, and I ended up staying in the other department that we started at.
How are you keeping it very vague? This other department, like it's something bad.
Instant services. It was instant services. Okay. Like, I was just the phone hang up. I was in the back of the house, right?
Yeah, I was it's real sketchy. We were in this department.
It was like that's how I talk. I feel like I'm always talking like there's an underlying.
She is vague.
Yeah, I'm very vague. Oh my god. Instant service. So, but everyone will always be laughing because it's like, yo, Darlene just said this or Sasha said. So we were always entertaining people in each department. And then when I started doing the social media stuff and like me and Z started doing it together, we were like, yo, let's see what stand-up's gonna be like. And we did it, and I was shitting bricks. We were both shitting bricks. It wasn't. I felt like I did so bad that I'm like, I'm never gonna do this again. Like, why would I put myself in that situation? But I still did it. I still started putting myself out there. It's like the thing about doing stand-up comedy is that what you want to say overpowers your fear of what people think.
Yeah, I see. I could agree with that.
And I feel like I always have something to say, and so I'm like, man, this fear got to go this way, and I gotta go for it. But then we started just doing stuff.
I just literally had a mental image of that day. We went to our first open mic together.
Wait, what open mic did you guys go to?
The one in Queens. What was the name of it? It's in like Astoria. It's called. It's like a weird white name.
I forgot the name of it.
Damn, and we were just there the other day.
We were. Well, before the quarantine.
Yeah.
The only show I ever did in Queens was a buddy of mine. This was like open mic days. He was trying to start a show, and he somehow convinced a strip club in Queens to do comedy before the strippers came out.
Oh, okay.
What?
So it was like 5 comics. I was one of them, and he's like giving us the rundown. He's like, all right, he gave us our $20. And he's like, you guys want tickets? They got food. And I was like, I'm not eating food at a strip club. I'm good.
No, actually, they're the best food. Like most chicken wings that come from strip clubs, it's delicious.
They got it good, yeah.
So there was a little crowd there because they were coming in to see the strippers. So the DJ brings them up. He goes, what I'm going to do 10 minutes up top. Then I'm going to bring you up. Then I'm going to bring you up. Like he's giving us the lineup. My man was up there 2 minutes. They going, boo, we want titties. He was defeated. Comes back. He goes, anybody else want to go? We were like, no, we good.
Yeah. Oh, and I remember the name. It was The Creek in the Cave.
Yeah. Oh, The Creek in the Cave. Yeah.
You were back. We were bad.
So, but you guys went up separately. You didn't go up on stage together.
No, not together. But I think it's because we did the podcast on Culture and we were doing it together. And I guess the idea of us being on stage together and talking is not foreign from doing, having regular conversations and doing what we did on our podcast, but kind of live, and then bringing in the whole stand-up aspect to it.
So after you guys did that, then Sancocho, the podcast came about, and then that catapulted into a show.
Yeah.
That you guys were in New York.
Yeah, because I feel like, when we did the open mic, when was that? Maybe almost 3 years ago. And we would do little open mics here and there. And then eventually you moved to LA. And it wasn't until that year that you moved to LA that we both separately, on separate coasts, were doing our stand-up. Like I was doing more stand-up here. She was doing more open mics and stand-up out there in LA. And then when she would come and visit, we were like, yo, you are here. Like, Sasha's basically back home, so she spends half her time here and in LA. So like when you're here, let's just do our shows, or like let's plan around the visits that you're gonna have with our shows.
Yeah.
So we've done like 3 or 4 in New York, and we were planning on taking it west. We wanted to do like the East Coast. We wanted to do Boston, we wanted to do Jersey, we wanted to do Rhode Island, and even down Miami, and then travel across and finally get to LA to do more Sancochos. But this quarantine is blocking everything.
I know. But yeah, it's something that we really wanted to do. And I think that what really pushed me more was knowing that our supporters online wanted to see us live. And I feel like I haven't given them the opportunity to tell them, hey, I'm going to be here, come through. And when we both did that, we saw how, one, they were eager to see us together, but also how they get to see someone that represents them on stage. And that's not really like been seen like that or encouraged, because the women that I find funny and the women that, I find hilarious are my friends or my cousins, my aunts, you know what I'm saying? So they're close knit. And I just feel like there's so many funny women that don't think that stand-up comedy is an option.
Right.
Yeah,
I find like, I think it's like a cultural thing. Like this was never, this was never a career that was presented to me as a kid. Like, hey, you could do comedy. Like, I think we all have the immigrant parents who get a logical job that gives you money so that you can better your situation. Don't comedy. That's not a thing. Yeah. So that's why, like, sometimes you'll see these drop-offs, especially in talent. Like when it comes to creative stuff, there'll be these like if you look at the acting side, like Edward James Olmos is a beast, and then Jimmy Smith, and then there's like a drop off, and you don't hear of any characters. Number one, because there's no roles, and number two, because after a while we just get tired and like, you know what, I'm out. Mm-hmm. Like the same thing with stand-up comedy. You see, like there's Angela Johnson, and then there's like a vast of nothing because it's not encouraged or put on the way other comics are or other races are.
Definitely. There's not enough Latino representation in media, point blank, but especially not in stand-up comedy. I don't see it. And I find it funny because I think that we're mad funny. Latinos are the funniest people I know.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
All right, so now take me to Like, Share, Dímelo. Every Friday on Fuse.
Yeah.
How did that show come about? Like, how did you guys come up with the idea? Take me through the whole process.
Well, we already had an idea of doing something that combined what we do. So I've been working with Vice for a couple of years now, and I love interacting with people. Like I love the talk show format, even though that's not something that I was doing. I did mostly man on the street segments, but I know that I wanted to do something with talk show, and I know I wanted to do something with Sasha. And we also wanted to incorporate our sketches because that's kind of how we started, was our skits and our rants on Instagram. So we wanted to work together. We just needed to find the right fit and the right partner to do what we wanted to do and give us creative control. And Fuse was like, "We got you." So,
what's been the toughest challenge for you guys creating this show?
What would you say is the biggest?
The toughest challenge is, we're so used to doing our own stuff, right? And creating our own sketches, and obviously being the person that we hold responsible for. Like I hold myself responsible for editing and all this stuff. So I guess distributing the responsibilities is that's that's a little difficult or a little hard for me or something that I need to learn. So that was a difficult part. But besides that, just learning how to communicate with the team it's been good.
Yeah, and also we were lucky enough to shoot 3 episodes right before everything took off with this quarantine. We only shot 3, right? Which is the 3rd one just aired last week. So from now on, we're gonna start doing like what we're doing now, kind of live streams and just quarantine and stay at home editions.
Right.
But I think that's the biggest challenge because we kind of got our feet wet. We did the first 3, it took off, and then after seeing the editing process and seeing, okay, we have these 3 pieces of work out there. Now we know for real what we could do better, what we could add on to it, because now it's taking legs and now it's taking form. And now we're stuck in this quarantine situation, which is really frustrating. But other than that, like it's a learning process. You know, I think with most creative like projects, you have something in mind, and then as you're doing it, and when you see the final product, you're like, oh, this is not necessarily exactly what I wanted, but this is good. Like, you know, you guys see the little minutia and the details in it, and I think that's the biggest learning process. But I wouldn't necessarily call it a challenge. It's just more like, you know, everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Definitely. Now, with the topics that you guys take on in the show, is that you guys or is that the creatives going, hey, this is what you guys are talking? Because you guys kicked it off with the Latinx talk, which we talked about here, because I was like, that's insane. Because we haven't had that open conversation. People constantly like, this is our label, this is what it is. And you're like, hold up, there's so many of us. We need that. We need to be uniform in this area.
Yeah.
Then you go into the cultural appropriation of plastic surgery, right? You talk about how women are trying to be more curvy, and like you really break it down. And then this last one, like all these topics are so different, and it's not what people are used to seeing you guys do online, like the sketches and stuff. So what brings about the topics? Do you guys talk about it beforehand? Like, take me through it.
So all those topics were pretty much, they're our ideas. We're like, oh, because this was supposed to be a podcast thing for us, but it turned out to be a talk show. It was supposed to be like half a visual talk show and a podcast. So me and Dee, we're always having conversations that aren't, you know, that we just find fascinating. And I think that those were the three ones that we agreed to do. But we talk about everything. We don't talk about anything.
You know what's crazy? Even now, as we're talking about it, and it's not something that I even realized until this very moment, was that each episode and each topic is very different, right?
Oh, yeah.
For 2 different reasons. Number one, we didn't know when they were going to air. Also, I don't live in LA. We're shooting it in LA. So we wanted to make sure that we chose topics that could survive on the internet if we shot it 1 month and it didn't come out until 2 months later. So we wanted to make sure that they were very evergreen topics and something that was always relevant, you know? So that was like the main thing on our mind, but then also just talking about what we want to talk about. And we both mentioned earlier, we're kind of conspiracy theorists with the whole simulation thing.
Yeah.
Just the fact that like realizing that we were both Latina women and we were going to have our show together, 2 Dominican girls from New York, from the East Coast, finally having a show and hosting it together. We wanted to bring it in with something that was surrounding Latino issues or Latino conversations, and the whole Latinx thing. You know, I work in media, we all do, and we've been hearing this Latinx word rolling about. Does your grandmother know what I mean? You know what I mean? Exactly. So I really wanted to talk about that because I feel like it's something that's pressing on my mind. And there's some people that haven't even heard the word, but when they finally figure it out, they're going to be like, what the fuck? When did this happen?
The only time I use the term Latinx is when I have a meeting with some kind of TV network and I see how white they are. I throw that term out quick.
It's crazy though, like
Latinx.
You're throwing it out to white people, and it's a term that's used to describe us. So that's what kind of doesn't settle with me. But just to circle back what I was saying, what I just noticed now is that each and every episode is kind of popping because for 2 women, we're not talking about dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
But you guys do find a way to sprinkle in the humor and do your own little thing in it, which makes me laugh because like this, the simulation one, you guys are going deep into it, and then all of a sudden it's like, hold up, you eat ass? I was like, wait, hold up, how do we get here? We talking about
you
gotta get deep into like there's a simulation, there's coronavirus, there's a computer virus. Hold up, girl, you what?
Yeah.
We wanted to feel as organic as possible. Like, and and we're not experts on any of these topics. So of course, like we want you to take what we're saying with a grain of salt and respect our opinions, but they are our opinions. They're not straight facts.
Right.
Some of them are, but
yeah.
So now because I just saw the simulation one, and Sasha's mentioned this ghost story multiple times.
It's a true story. I hate how he wrote this out. He's like,
he had a pervy ghost feeling up on her saying her name. Listen, have you ever experienced ghost encounters?
I've never seen a ghost. But I felt a presence before.
Right.
No, I mean, you know what it is with me? I can be an anxious person, and I was raised Jehovah's Witness. So my mother is very religious.
Me?
For real?
I have no birthdays, no Halloween, no nothing.
Damn,
I'm sad. We're sad people.
we went from Jehovah's Witness to Pentecostal Christian, so I went two extremes.
Oh my God, Pentecostal! I was Pentecostal a little bit.
Really?
Yes, I had to wear skirts, no pants.
Yup.
Women had to wear skirts and no
pants. Very plain. Yup.
That's nuts. But yeah, I don't know. It's difficult being raised Jehovah's Witness. But I mean, like, I think that I had my Bible studies, and there was always constant talk of God and the devil. That's what I remember as a child. So I feel like as a kid, I was kind of traumatized. And even to this day, I'm a little bit afraid of sleeping in the dark. Like, I'll sleep with the TV on or with a light. Because I'm like, El Diablo! Like, you know, it's not all I think. So I've always been like, I think there was something going on. But like, I've never like seen a ghost.
There was a time that she thought she saw a ghost in my friend's house, right? Yeah. And it was my friend walking, because we all left the house, and she was conditions or whatever. She stood in the house, and we all left. And I guess my friend went back in, and she didn't see my friend go back in. So my friend was walking out. She thought she saw a ghost. Instead of running away from the ghost, she walked towards the ghost. She was like, never afraid, yo. She'd be like, oh, I think there's something over there. You want to go look? No.
I had a little bit of white in me. That's a white in me. Like,
out of the three of us, she'd be the first one to die in a horror movie. Let's go find out what that sound is.
Oh, she'd be the first one to kill it. I don't know.
Well, I did follow Joanne with a knife.
Yes.
I had a knife in my hand. So I was like, I'm going to kill this ghost.
This ghost not going to take me to my friend.
Okay, so this is what happened. I was working on something, and I was like cutting up watermelon, whatever, long story. And you guys left to go to the 99 Cent Stores. It was Sasha and two of our friends. Sasha's friend Joanne came back, and she left her sweater. It was chilly. She had on a long black, like kind of summer dress, or like flowy dress. So all I saw was a black shadow, like from the corner of my eye. So like, there's a demon in here. I'm a kid.
With a regular kitchen knife. Not blessed to nothing.
I know. Yeah, he's gonna be like, "What did you do?" That's funny.
So now you guys have been friends for this long. Has there ever been? Because we said, like, I'm watching that Jordan documentary, and he's had fights with his teammates. Has there ever been fights between you two where you guys are like, "That's it"?
Oh, we had. Remember, I had the Lady Gaga and Beyonce fight.
Oh my God.
It was so. Yeah, what we were arguing about was so silly. Yeah. I don't think that we've had arguments, but because we're really good at saying like, "Hey, I don't like that." And we've
never had a big fight, but we do check each other. We'd be like, "I didn't like that."
Yeah, hey, I didn't like that, and that's just
that's a tough voice you use right there.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't like it. Didn't feel good. Yeah.
I just realized how healthy of a relationship.
No, we need, because it is healthier that way. You know? And that's why we're able to create something together, because people always want to. People's egos get in the way, and I think that me and D do a great job of knowing, like, I have an ego, she has an ego, but we check them.
Yeah,
we down inside, like, because I guess it's the way that we were raised. We were raised very family oriented. Like, our family is very important. Our family is first. I feel like for a very, very long time, from my personal experience in my family, it was like if I would have just stayed involved in whatever situation family wise, I don't think I would have been able to grow, and I wouldn't have led as an example to my family about, like, we can break these generational curses kind of thing. So my family is completely different from before, but it's really that like it was always family first, and I think that that's morally what me and Dee have very much in common. Because even her family is pretty much my family because I grew up with them during the holidays, you know. So we are a family, and I think that before anything, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad you all said that because that brings me to my next segment. You guys are going to take a best friend online quiz.
Crazy right now.
I told you had no idea what's happening here. You had no idea.
Oh my God. All right.
Bring it out.
So listen, we all know these online quizzes are 100% factual.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys are going to take this quiz. I want to test this friendship. I want to see how close you guys are.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So here we go. First,
I think I know this. All right.
do you guys know each other's phone numbers by heart?
Yes. I'm not gonna say it out loud here.
No, don't say it out loud. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sasha?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the first name of their first crush ever?
I never shared that.
Our first crush.
Like back in the day, like middle school stuff.
First crush.
Nah, I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
Well, it doesn't count because I don't really, we don't really go around like, you remember my first crush?
In the garden.
Maybe first boyfriend. I know first boyfriend.
Yeah, I know your first.
Listen, I didn't make up this quiz. Why are you yelling at me, Sancho?
All right.
What happened to hey? I didn't like that. Why are you yelling at me?
He's
I
thinking
didn't like that question.
mechanism.
That's it. Didn't like that. All right, cool.
All right. Do you know the name of their current crush?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the name of their childhood pet?
I don't think he had one.
Mm.
He had a chicken, but I don't think
I did have a chicken.
I know we don't name him in the art.
Yeah, that's
Called
just
dinner.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
It's not a pollito.
Do you know? Do you know their middle name? Hold up.
oh yeah, yes it does. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah. Do I have one?
Do you know whether or not they want to get married?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know their astrological sign?
I know all three.
Mm-hmm.
All three? I thought there was only one.
I know all three too.
I'm not even getting into that. Do you know what time of day they were born?
Yeah.
I do know, but I forgot.
It's not that far from your time.
Okay, I don't
Yeah, your time.
That's in the signals. I see y'all.
12, right?
Huh?
Mine's is yeah. I'm 2 in the afternoon, you're 2 in the morning, right? Or 12 in the afternoon.
I'm at 2. I'm 2 p.m. too, girl.
Oh
Do you know both of their parents' first names?
I know her mother's first name. I know her father's nickname.
Yeah.
Name.
That's yeah.
I'll give it to you. All right. Do you know their shoe size?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know their pant size?
I mean, after this car, nobody knows what pants size.
Yeah, my shit has fluctuated.
But I remember her at her regular. Yeah, I know her.
At a fighting weight? That's what
I know her at her fighting weight, exactly.
Do you know their pet peeve?
Oh, you know what it is.
Yeah, I know 2. Yes.
Okay. Do you know each other's favorite book?
I hate farts so much, bro.
Wait, how you accommodate hate farts? Farts are always funny.
No, it's just
Talk about a fart.
I had a stinky, like someone did a really bad stinky one that traumatized me.
Oh, no.
It caused me to throw up.
Why didn't you just leave? What, did they lock you up?
It's just like it was a silent fart that hit me, and I was like, and I just ended up throwing up. It's really bad.
Oh,
And for me, it's not that. It's for me now. I would always put farts and that smell together, so that's why I'm always like,
That's funny.
I don't want to throw up, because it wasn't like, like, oh, I threw up. It was like a like
a visceral reaction.
Yeah, my whole body reacted to that smell.
I can't even help you with that one right now.
Yeah,
Those things, there's a whole new thing I've learned about you. Do you know each other's favorite foods?
Yes, I do.
Is it similar?
I have two of them. Both of them include avocado.
I love avocado.
One of them is stupid to me because she loves sushi, but she's allergic to celery.
Yeah, I love sushi.
Why are you trying to kill yourself?
One of them is stupid to me.
She can't eat as much as she
I
could.
can't. I just I get my regular tuna and salmon.
Yeah. And if it's not sushi, then it's just regular rice, beans, and avocado. It's one of those two. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Is it?
Do you know their favorite
TV
TV show of all time?
Huh?
You know their favorite TV show of all time?
Yeah. Give me a second. Of all time?
All time.
I know it, but it's not coming to me, and I don't want to cheat. We're on the honor system. But I do know it, but it's not coming to my mind.
Okay.
Do you know mine?
Right now, what is your favorite show right now?
Right now. Let's say right now, not Life of All Time, because all time is a lot.
Would I be tripping if I say Rick and Morty?
No. Did you see the new season?
Of course I did. And Always Sunny.
Oh, It's Always Sunny. Yeah.
It's one of your favorite shows. And my favorite show too.
Yeah. We love it.
Do you know their Instagram password?
No. I know your computer password.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have my Amazon password too?
No.
I don't
have Amazon. Daddy else one.
Oh, you did.
Have you ever seen each other naked?
Yes. Yeah.
I like how easy that one came.
Right.
I'm not even gonna ask this one because you know her allergies. She's allergic to shellfish and she's eaten.
And she knows mine.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Do you know how many people they've been with?
Mm-hmm.
What, sexually?
No, girl, on the butt.
I know how many. I mean, like, I don't know.
I mean, you mean
no? I haven't
dated. Like people have dated, like taken serious. Is that what you mean, Eric?
How many people? Yeah, how many they've been sexual with?
Yeah, she knows.
Oh, sexual. Yeah, like I have a ballpark too.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. We're gonna calculate here. It's gonna tell me how close you guys are, and you guys are closer than 58% of the people who have taken this test. That's not bad. I don't know how many people have taken the test. BuzzFeed
analytics. I only got like 2 wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like.
All right. What happened to? Hey, I didn't like that. Why y'all attacking me? Like
that test is faulty. That's a faulty little test.
Probably 2 other people took the test, and that's why we only 58.
Nah, but that means that me and her
are pretty close. You're 58% better.
Yes, they're not really best friends, but we are. We see each other right here. I can get that one.
I shouldn't have done this because I feel like I'm being attacked.
No, come on. Come on.
Note to self, never do this with 2 Dominican women again. Click
from the Bronx. Dominican women from the Bronx.
Here's a question I have for you about the set, like Shed Dimelo. How much did you guys give your feedback to make
everything? That was all us. We went to the actual prop store and picked out everything.
Like, not to our own horn, but like we were we were the hosts, we were the creators, we were the art designers. The only thing we didn't do was edit it ourselves.
Yeah. Well, technically, we
were on that.
We helped, yeah. Yeah, we were involved. We were heavily involved in the editing.
So now, what future topics do you guys want to hit on the show as you move forward?
I think right now what's pressing on everyone's mind is the quarantine and just like life after quarantine. That's definitely something I want to talk about. And then whatever else, because I feel like honestly, after this situation, this whole like we're locked in for 3 months. I really do think that life is going to be very different after we get out of here. I think some things will stay the same, but I think we're going to be living a different life. So I think there are going to be more topics to discuss once we get there.
Yeah.
Will you guys ever do an episode about being, because you guys are the first time I think I've seen Dominican women represented on a show like this.
Mm-hmm.
So you did the Latinx thing. Will there ever be an episode where you dive into being Dominican or Afro-Latina or even anything of that topic?
Yeah, we will. We just want to be able to get these light topics out first, evergreen topics. And as the show develops and we can get more into the roots of the things that make us who we are. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And also, as soon as the world opens up, we can actually start going out there and really start showing off like where we grew up and like maybe fucking, who knows, hopefully one day we could go to DR and film an episode there. Like, you know what I mean? So definitely. Yeah.
Now, D, did you grow up in DR at all?
No, not at all. I was born and raised in the Bronx. The first time I went to DR, I was 10 years old. And then, excuse me, I didn't go back until 2015. I've only been to DR 3 times my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that brings me to my next segment, because you guys are my Dominican experts here. We're going to play a fun little game. I'm going to test your Dominicanness. It's called Dominican Name or Medication.
Even though I don't go to DR like that, I live in Washington Heights. Nah.
Because some of these names.
Where'd you get this from?
What do you mean? I created these segments for y'all.
I'm
excited.
I know. I see.
I'm gonna say a name or a medication. You guys gotta tell me if it's a name or a medication. Simple as that.
Oh my god.
All right. And I'm gonna of course give it an accent because I don't want you guys to figure it out. All right.
Bring it on, puppy.
Acerola.
Oh my god.
Is it a Dominican name or is it a medication?
Acerola. That sounds like a name, yo.
I'm gonna go with name too.
All right. It is actually a medication. It is vitamin C found in multivitamins.
It felt like it was a medication, but it's just like I also feel like I've met acerola before, you know? Like it just made me feel like I knew acerola and I went to school with acerola, you know?
That's exactly how I felt. It sounds so much like a medication that it has to be a name.
Right.
By the way, while I was researching names and stuff for this, I didn't realize this in the DR, they've actually made laws where you can't just name whatever you want to name your kid because people have taken it too far. Like people have named their kids Batman and Medicrima. Like I'm just like, wow.
Oh, it's true.
Trust me. I was like, wait, this has got to be a joke. I was like, nope, it's real.
Fimale was really one of them.
Who?
All right.
Fimale.
Fimale, like female.
Yeah, female. Fimale.
All right, here we go. Next one. Mektovi.
That's a name.
That's a name.
That has to be a name.
I'm not sick, so maybe
it's a medication. It's actually a cancer medicine.
Shut up.
What the fuck? What?
No,
this is not fair because people do be naming their kids.
I love Sasha getting mad. Like, I dated a Mektovi.
Yo conozco Mektovi. El padrino mío se llama Mektovi.
All right.
Ready? Next one. Zenobia.
Medication. No, name.
That is a Dominican name.
Ah!
Zenobia.
I just say no name before you said it. So yeah, we were right.
All right, ready? Next.
Glyceria. That's a name.
Glyceria.
Glyceria. That's a name.
That's a name.
Okay.
All right. Mayovanex.
That's a medication.
That's made out of mayonnaise. Mayovanex.
Yeah.
That's a medication.
That's a Dominican name.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, Mayovanex.
Mayovanex.
Yo, I don't know, man.
Ready? Propecia. Propecia.
That's a name.
No. That is a medication.
Oh, we split here.
Luis Clear.
Yeah.
The medication is actually Propecia.
Propecia. You're making it all right.
I feel like I'm giving ideas for names. People at home like, that's a good Propecia.
I'm expecting a boy.
Propecia. Yeah.
All right. Restasis.
Medication.
Medication.
That is medication. It's eye drops that help produce tears. Demetario.
Medication.
Medication.
That's a Dominican name, y'all.
Me.
Demetario.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna give you one more. Here we go. We'll do these naughties.
Name.
What's the name?
Oh, okay. I didn't know y'all were experts on the last one.
Yeah. That's a name, because that's a name.
That's I know. I know names, so I'm like, there's a three naughties.
There's a lot of naughties in that's my cousin's name is oh fuck, I forgot his name. It's Neotis.
Yeah.
Neotis.
That's like neurosis. Now he's probably like mad, nervous and shit.
No, he wants to fuck everything. Y tu amiguita americana que tú tienes ahí, dile que yo voy para bro.
The other day, I was walking down the street, just taking a walk, and there was a group of Dominican guys in the corner, and they're like, "Oh, pero yo conozco esa muchachita. Esa muchachita es con otra muchachita que hacen videos juntas." I'm like,
I love how they call this muchachitas.
I know, right?
Es la otra muchachita.
Before we get out of here, me and Sasha play this game called Never Have I Ever, but the quarantine edition. So what we do is we give a statement of stuff we're doing. Never have we ever done till now that the quarantine's happening. Like, for instance, never have I ever watched this much TV since the quarantine.
Yeah. No.
Like, I'm finishing seasons.
Yeah. Same. So what do we do? If we did do it, do we put? How do you play this game again? You put a finger?
If you did do it. Like, well, back in the day, you drink, but we're not drinking, so you right here.
Okay, so I have watched seasons. Do I do that?
Yep, there you go.
I'm watching that TV. I'm even watching The Real Housewives of Dallas, and nobody watches the Dallas edition. So.
Okay, so what have you done? Never have you ever?
Oh, never have I ever run out of toilet paper and had to clean my butt in the shower during the quarantine.
I still got toilet paper.
I do too, but I'm
yo, you chilling. All right. Never have
you guys thought about buying bidets yet?
I actually have one.
Yes.
I started looking online. I was like, hold up.
Yep. Bidet.
I've never hooked it up. I have to hook it up, but I do have one. Actually, a porn star gave it to me. Asa Akira gave it to me. It's her own brand.
Yeah, she's so sweet, man.
That's like approved. Like that.
It is approved.
Yeah.
You gotta be clean.
That booty.
Go ahead, Sasha.
Never have I ever spent this long to wash clothes. Like my clothes, I haven't been washing clothes though.
Okay. Tengo una loma de ropa. I'm like, this shit don't even fit.
Yeah, no, I'm just like going deeper and deeper in my closet. You would think that because I'm home, I should be washing my clothes all the time. And because I'm home, I'm not washing my clothes all the time. Nope.
But what kills me is how's it getting dirty because we ain't going nowhere.
Right. And like, I take showers. I've been taking showers lately.
I'm about to start Febrezing clothes.
Yes.
Yeah.
D, thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you? Give all your social.
So you can find me on Instagram, dee.nasty, dnasty, and so nasty on Twitter. You can find me on Fuse's YouTube, like, share, dímelo with my beautiful co-host and best friend, Dr. C.
Yeah, baby.
We be out here, baby. That's it.
Every Friday, go check them out. They're funny, and you guys are hitting topics where I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. Like this last one, the simulation thing, I was like, that's wow.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
guys. I'll call you later, Sasha.
Yeah, call me right now.
Bye. Bye.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Bye.